All right, so part 3 of my pact with Lilith. So I wanted to talk about some of you guys that have children or want children, as far as like people's fear of Lilith, as far as if you are a mother or you have children. And so Lilith has been scapegoated on for, oh my God, forever, for absolutely ever, as being some demon that harms children, which I have been knowing for years that this is a complete and utter lie. Honestly, because a lot of people would, when it comes to making pacts and you have children, people will say, oh my God, what if it tries to come and try to take my children? And, you know, that's never been a fear of mine, in particular, even in the years working with Lilith prior to making the pact with her. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, that is a complete and utter fallacy about Lilith. I love my children and my grandchild more than even myself. So I would give my life for my family, and I would never, ever, ever do anything that would cause them harm. In fact, I felt like more harm would come to them without having the pact. I was constantly experiencing, either other witches or religious people. I could constantly see negative energy coming towards my children. And so Lilith has really, really provided extra protection for my children. So, do I believe that Lilith is some night demon that comes and takes children? No, I do not. I believe that that is strictly myth. And if anything, she has been scapegoated on. In fact, Lilith is actually the protector of children. And I think that the reason why we may have been lied to was so that your children would be unprotected. Now, as far as like them experiencing their, what they're supposed to experience, which could possibly be some kind of diversity, that's something that, like, when people think about protection, they always think that protection is just going to eliminate everything and just every possible, mishap that could happen. Everybody's just going to agree with you. Nobody's going to argue with you. Nobody's going to say anything to you. And that's not the truth, because just like your parents, we can't protect our children from every little single thing. But as far as like, God forbid anything happening to them, that I feel very, very confident. I already felt confident in myself as a mother. I feel like when it comes to your children, whether or not you are a mother or a father, you are their first line of defense. So my pact with her doesn't affect my children at all. In fact, she doesn't touch my children unless I say, Lilith, I need your strength. I need your guidance on this as far as what I am going to do. And keep in mind that, yes, there were people and still are people that dislike me so much that they throw stuff at my kids. It's sick. It's sad, but it's the truth. I feel more confident because she's protecting me. Now, like I said, does that mean that the everyday average Joe is not going, if people are going to be buttholes, they're just going to be buttholes. I mean, but as far as like how it affects you, I feel much stronger, much wiser. In fact, I work with her a lot on my spell work as well as my protections, as far as how I protect my children. y'all got to understand that I am a high priestess that removes death magic from people. And I didn't even realize it because I've been doing work for people for years, people that come to me that need curse reversals. A lot of these are death and destruction workings that have been done on them, very, very malevolent, bad spirits. And I've had a great response. Is there a fear there for my children? Absolutely not. I do not fear for my children whatsoever, because I know that I am going to continue to be the mama bear that I am. And I think that the latter, I think that especially when it comes to the position of women who are constantly being marginalized, and then certain groups of women who are even more marginalized, but really it has nothing to do with race. Women are constantly being marginalized. And, so this is the reason why I am like public enemy number one. I didn't mean to become public enemy number one, but it's just, it is what it is. If I don't talk about these things, then nobody's going to know where they can come to for help. Because I'm not even going to lie to you, I wouldn't have even ever expected that people would come after my kids in their hypocrisy because I'm a witch, even though I'm not bothering those people. Why does it bother you that I practice and I'm not practicing to take away from you? But it's just, so yeah, I wanted to address that in a part 3 as far as, oh my God, she's, no, that's not true. In fact, Lilith loves children, absolutely loves children. She promotes, positive childbirth and, positive pregnancies and things of that nature. I can't believe how much we have been lied to, because I have older children. My children are older. They're, my oldest is 23. So, but my oldest does live with me still. But so they range, my children range in age. My youngest is 10 and my oldest is 23. So, my children that are out of the home, I know that they're okay, because that's a part of spell work, doom magic, enemies. They want to persuade you from going along your path, and they want to use your children as some kind of focal point with that, which is pretty disgusting, if you ask me. But hey, whatever floats their boat is going to sink, because I'm extremely overprotective. I'm just like Lilith, protective over my children. And, so I feel like Lilith is the mother of witches and the marginalized, and she's just amazing. And, I have a great relationship with my kids. I always will, always have. And protecting that relationship with them is important too, because of course there were people that were trying to destroy my relationship, because I have 2 beautiful daughters, 2 beautiful sons, and a granddaughter. So, it really, oh God, I don't even really like to talk about it anymore, because yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to make that in part 3, and that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a good week. Talk to you later. Blessings. Bye.